I wanted to get educated because I don't like being called a bigot. So I did my own research, and this is what I found. I used the word drag queen definition, and this is what came out. This is what the algorithm thought that I should see. This is not me tinkering with the website, trying to get the pictures that I want or anything like that. No, I just used the word drag queen definition, and these are the pictures and the definitions that came out. So as you can see, a drag queen is a person, usually male, who uses drag clothing and makeup to imitate and often exaggerate female gender signifiers and gender roles for entertainment purposes. In fact, some drag queens do not want to be viewed as female. They even don't tend to fool anyone into thinking that they are female. And another definition from the Oxford Dictionary is that it is a performer, typically a man, who adopts a flamboyant or parodic feminine persona. So the dictionary tells us it's a parody. It's hilarious, with glamorous or exaggerated costumes and makeup. So it is important to point out that it is not about transgenderism. Unless they want to go around and change all these definitions and find loopholes. The way I understand it, after educating myself and even listening to drag queens making popular videos on TikTok, that this is more often than not part of the adult industry. This is usually something that was very fringe until a couple of years ago, took place in clubs marked for adults, where these entertainers would perform for an adult audience, usually doing various types of dances that are somewhat sexual in nature. So knowing this, it is very interesting that this is the picture that comes out when you look for drag queen definition. You see a person doing drag next to a child. And this seems to be the liberal aesthetic of 2024. It is something that is everywhere now. The association between drag queens and children. And to most people, it is very bizarre. It is as trying to associate strippers or pole dancers with children. Like, these are elements of the adult industry. People aren't asking that they should be banned, but people are asking that there should be a separation, an age rating, if you will. However, as we noticed in the latest Olympics, not only were drag queens present in the presence of children, but one of the pictures had a person with a hanging ball sack next to a kid at the Mockery, which was the Last Supper event. So if you have that picture and it hasn't been scraped off the internet because it gets copyright striked everywhere, you too may have heard the controversy. In fact, it was even reported in the news. So a lot of people are definitely having a pushback against it. And they are considering that drag queens aren't like Santa Claus, that they shouldn't be in the presence of children. They should be entertainers for adults. Now, as it is customary with most backlashes, there's going to be a counter backlash to the backlash. In other words, there will be people that actually want this to happen, that think it's a good thing. I haven't actually seen them articulate as why that is. I haven't actually heard the moral argument on why it should be the case. Like, if you have something that offends people, which is the presence of drag queens next to kids, like 10 years ago, the concept of drag queen story hour didn't even exist. Why is it so pivotal? Why is it so paramount? Why is it now part of the liberal aesthetic? Why cannot it be separated? Why is it so required? No one has given an answer to this. The only thing is, like, why do you care? Or why do you complain? And here you have Cenk Uygur being upset that people were offended by the Olympic ceremony. And he says that if you're still offended by people in drag, please grow up. So in classic liberal fashion is the deconstruction argument. Like, people aren't going out of their way to go to the adult clubs where drag queens are performing and trying to get them canceled. They're not trying to revoke the licenses of these adult businesses. They're not trying to prevent people from joining the respectable drag community. All they're saying is like, can you not do it in the presence of children? And in the unlikely case that you do it, can you not just have a ball sack hanging out for all the world to see at an international event? And can we also admit that this is something niche? Like, it is fine if something in society is niche, like strip dancing, right? Like, strip dancing can be enjoyable by some, but I wouldn't want to see it at the Olympics. I wouldn't want to see it as an event for a general audience. I do believe that certain things are fine if only a handful of people enjoy them. Like, for instance, extremely spicy food. North Carolina Reapers, right? It's fine if they exist. It's fine if some people like it, but you wouldn't want it served at a McDonald's, for instance, in all of their foods. And people would complain, right? Like, people who enjoy going to McDonald's, if you put Carolina Reapers in all of their products, they will start saying, like, can you stop? Like, I actually like your company. I actually want to be there. I actually want to eat from here. Like, just stop this. So this is where the controversy is about. It's not that people are bewildered by individuals in drag. But imagine if you really love Taco Bell and you enjoy taking your family there. And all of a sudden, every single item on the Taco Bell menu has Carolina Reapers on it. Now, you really love the restaurant. You actually want to go there. It's part of your family thing. So you're asking the manager, can you please stop putting Carolina Reapers into everything? And the answer would be, oh, so you don't like spicy food. Oh, you have a problem with people that are spicy. Oh, are you offended? It's like, no, like, I'm fine with spicy food. I'm fine if other people eat it. But I don't want it everywhere. Does that make any sense? Right? It's hurting my kids. Little Billy doesn't like Carolina Reapers. So that is the actual argument which Cenk refuses to engage with. And he also refuses to engage with the fact that it wasn't just a drag, it was also a mockery of Christianity. It was so blatant. They went with the Last Supper. They made a mockery out of that to the point where even Muslims were offended because guess what? Jesus is also a prophet in the Quran. So Muslims do not believe that Jesus is the Son of God, but they still believe that he is holy. So that offended Muslims as well. And Cenk refuses to acknowledge this, despite the fact that he's getting pushed back. He refuses to point out that it was intentionally offensive to Christians, which it absolutely was. And he's like, oh, you sound like a fundamental Muslim. Like, I'm sorry, Cenk, but every single religion in the world doesn't enjoy people making a mockery out of it. Even the Hindu religion complained when a video game by the name Smite was sexualizing their gods. Like, it's not something that is particularly to Islam. Now, Islam has a certain interesting reaction when its religion is mocked, and I would say that Christianity, compared to other religions, is quite tolerant when you mock them. I would say that even Scientology, which is not an official religion, defends its beliefs far more than Christianity does today. So this is why I believe that Tim Pool is winning the internet here, by asking Cenk a question that I doubt he will engage with. It's a very beautiful question. Cenk, would you join me in hosting a drag show, live event, where we have Drag Muhammad and Drag Jesus together to prove your point? Look, Cenk, you got an offer to end bigotry. You got an offer in order to mend the political divide. Right? I'm pretty sure that Christians will get behind this. Just this one time. Like, just this one time, I am pretty sure that Christians will get behind it. I don't know if kids have to be present, because again, like in 2024, every single time you see a drag queen, there has to be a kid present in the camera as well. I don't understand why. I still have, like, someone should still fill me in on it. Like, what is it? What is with this attraction between the two? But it's up to Cenk to now respond to this. I don't think he will. I don't think he can. And I think he knows why. But it's part of the liberal ideology, right? Like, in your brain, you know the reason why. But you're not allowed to articulate it. You're not allowed to speak it. Because if you speak it, you lose subscribers, you lose sponsorships, right? So you gotta live under oppression. Because it is oppression. Like, if you have thoughts, if you have ideas that you believe, and you cannot speak them out of fear of repercussions, then you are being oppressed. So yeah, I don't think that Cenk is going to respond to this, but brilliant take by Tim Pool here. Really awesome. I definitely enjoy it, and hopefully, you know, this will actually go somewhere, but I don't think so. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.